Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to remind you that a little birdie told me that linked to my sponsor is going to get Circle private equity on their platform this week. The same little birdie whispered to me that it might be tomorrow. And I think there's a pretty high demand on this thing too. So strap in, because I think it's going down tomorrow. And Circle, for those of you that don't remember, it has the USDC stable coin, which many believe could be the US dollar stable coin. Been tried and tested for a while. Now, so the link to that's in the top of the description. Now, drink some water there. All this while under a lawsuit. XRP among the top 10 largest gainers this year with 44% surge, and a lawsuit that could end any minute. Now, I want to play you this. This is a clip from the blockchain backer where they're talking in this clip about the potential of, well, he's talking about what scenario he thinks you could get some of these higher XRP prices.
Elliott
like 10 to 13
contracting
and $25.
Triangle composed of ABCs. That's what the move would be. 2, Fibonacci extensions. And 3, an equivalent sized move from the past, which is what we saw on both Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2021, sort of baked into the cake of the market makers, as you would say. So to each their own on which one they think it is. Like I said, I lean much more. I'm talking about catching up on these market caps, 4.236 extension, just like Bitcoin and Ethereum have already done. But in the circumstance of, let's say, Ethereum starts cranking out towards a new all-time high, and that this is a completed, extended flat, suddenly it opens the door wide open on this thing. That has an argument to it. As of right now, the math does not work for the market cap of XRP to catch up to Ethereum. Even if Ethereum gets right up near its all-time high, the math just doesn't work for XRP to go cranking above, $10 or $13. But if Ethereum does go into new all-time high, it really does kind of open that door up. So in order for me to actually say, hey, I'm actually a believer that $25 is in play, I have my rules there, right? Like, I need Ethereum to go to, I need Bitcoin to go to. You get me both of those, it really opens that door. And that's probably the thing that I'll be looking for first before you ever kind of get me off of here, off this $10 area, and start getting me believing in the $25 area, is that we probably need to see Ethereum and Bitcoin going first, or everything's going at the exact same time, but Ethereum just staying ahead of XRP, and XRP's just chasing behind its tail, and they're both flying up to the upside at the same time. And then finally, XRP catches the market cap of Ethereum much higher. But that seems to kind of have been a golden rule throughout the cryptocurrency market for the last 7 or so years. So till then, I have to keep my expectations right here. But in the event of Ethereum setting a new all-time high, or Bitcoin, I will become a much bigger believer that maybe we could get our way all the way up there. And that this was just the most epic contracting triangle, Elliott wave triangle that we've seen in crypto.
All right, interesting thing. By the way, I can't remember if I ever mentioned it, but I met blockchain backer when I was at XRP Las Vegas. Very nice guy. We had a lot in common in terms of, I actually talked to him about how in social media you just get beat up and we don't even look at the comments because it's a bunch of people telling you how awful they think you are. Okay, and then we've got this new federal judge overseeing Sam Bankman-Fried's criminal trial has denied his motions to dismiss most of the charges brought against him. Aw, poor Sam. Boo-hoo. Okay, moving along. Just in, $4.5 trillion Fidelity preparing to file for a spot Bitcoin ETF, the block. Everybody's joining the party, it looks like, folks. Then we had this. Check this out from the GOP Financial Services Committee. China is working to displace the U.S. and dominate the financial system, including a dual-track plan the Chinese plan to control blockchain innovation. Rather than allowing the CCP to expand its control, an American-led framework for digital assets will help export our speech and property rights. Well, speaking of China, this is another clip from Laura Shin. Now, before I show this to you, I said up here, I said these Chinese firms, they invested in Prometheum because they believed tokens were securities. One has to wonder if China knew the SEC plan all along of calling all these securities. Gary Gensler's calendar below has he's meeting with Yi Human, chairman, China Securities Regulatory Commission. This guy, he's an alternate member of the 19th Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party. I also looked at Jay Clayton's calendar, and the same guy is on Jay Clayton's calendar. And this is the Prometheum CEO.
And how did they become an investor in the first place?
They believed in the concept that tokens were securities, and that the idea that the token financial services ecosystem, I believe, would sort of migrate to one registered under the federal, or one licensed under securities laws. And I believe that their Hong Kong subsidiary, I'm not sure the exact name, Hashkey something, was licensed by the SFC as one of the firms allowed under the securities laws to trade digital assets.
Okay, and also...
From what I can tell, the SEC and our government has helped the CCP plan along about as much as you possibly could have.
Broker was Network One Financial, which also has Chinese affiliation. Some of the principals of that company are also principals of Network One Financial China, which is a consulting firm for companies seeking to do business in China or Chinese companies seeking to enter the U.S. market. Network One Financial has also been the subject of 18 regulatory events, 1 civil event, and 4 arbitrations. And a few of those include the notorious Long Island Iced Tea Company, which pivoted to Long Blockchain and was subject to an SEC enforcement action. So how did Network One Financial become your broker?
Network One was our placement agent in a capital raise.
And how did that happen?
Basically, there was a relationship form where they agreed to raise capital in order and basically take a commission. It's like any other placement agent.
How did you find them?
Network One has been on Wall Street for a long time, to my understanding.
Folks, China is everywhere you look. From ETHgate to this thing, they're everywhere. And here's the irony. Both these two, this guy's with Paradigm, the ETHgate thing and the FTX thing, it was all basically a lot of the same people, same investors, same group that were involved in both things. And they were part of, I'm not saying they were part of FTX, I'm just saying they were affiliated with helping to prop up, and promote Sam Bankman-Fried and all this. And then once that plan, from what I can tell, the SEC was all on board the Ethereum thing. And then when Gary Gensler came along and we exposed ETHgate, they threw him overboard. Now that they've thrown them overboard, all the same people, the Ethereum people, are now attacking the Prometheum guy, which it appears that he's the new favorite that the SEC has taken in, while Gary throws the ETHgate people overboard. Then you got this from Digital Perspectives. He put this out. Notice how quickly Aaron Kaplan of Prometheum skip over the question of who issued Ethereum. In other words, you're supposed to overlook the fact that Ethereum was a security. We can't go after Ethereum.
Issuance issue.
Yeah. Wait. In regards to
who's the issuer of Ethereum?
Honestly, it depends. You can argue at some point it was the Ethereum Foundation, but you'd have to look specifically into it. In regards to if our business can work or not, Rodrigo, if it can't work, why are you so concerned about us?
Because
why are you so
portraying it? I'll tell you. Because you're portraying your business as the compliant path and saying that everybody else is a scofflaw that is like willingly violating the law. And in the next breath, you're saying that we should stop considering the thoughtful legislation that has been put forward. I'm not here to criticize you for like the sake of criticizing you. I'm here to drive home the point that we're at a critical point in the national discourse over crypto, and that we really need to come together and look at the thoughtful legislation that has been put forward and understand that the status quo is not workable.
Okay. So we got that. Then Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, comes out of nowhere with this. Wang Zhang, who was an investor in Prometheum, Wang Zhang and MIT, where Gary Gensler was, developed a strategic partnership in March of 2018, just 3 months before the Hinman Free Pass speech. At the same time, Gary Gensler arrived at MIT to teach blockchain. Wang Zhang Group and MIT made plans to jointly build an international scientific innovation center and an advanced institution for applied scientists in Hangzhou. Lou Weeding, chairman and CEO of Wang Zhang, who was like a Communist Party friend, right, said that establishing a pioneering scientific research institute in collaboration with MIT has a profound significance and will be a great contribution to society, and there they are. Jimmy Valley put this out today. 9/27/2015, Vitalik Buterin announces Wang Zhang purchase of 416,000 Ethereum for $500,000, $1.20 per ETH, and 50 million venture capital commitment, all with emphasis on Ethereum development. Notably, Novogratz was in before Wang Zhang because he paid only 98 to 99 cents for his Ethereum. Now moving along, Real World Asset launches mortgage-backed stablecoin on XRP Ledger. Protocol announced the mint of Home, a first mortgage-backed stablecoin on the XRP Ledger. Built on the RWA protocol, Home will provide institutions and individuals with access to the stability and cash flows offered by mortgages in the United States. Sounds like a bond. Company stated in a press release. Then Brad Garlinghouse, who is at the Point Zero Forum, he's on stage with several interesting people, Sheila Warren being one of them, says even if we remain in the permafrost in the U.S., as Sheila Warren aptly coined on stage, what we've seen over the last crypto winter is a refocus on building for utility and fundamental infrastructure. Always happy to be back at Point Zero Forum. And let's finish with this, because Raoul Pal, remember, he's ex-Goldman Sachs. He's not a dummy. Listen to what he says about what's coming.
So what I think my hypothesis is that, okay, this is very observable. I think it's going to last, this relationship between assets and the central bank balance sheet because of the mechanism of debasement of currency. And I can forecast out what the business cycle looks like. And I also know the amount of interest payments that need to be made because they happened 3.5 years ago. And I can see how far the balance sheet's going to expand. So the balance sheet right now is $6.5 trillion. And it looks like it will get $7 trillion or so. And it looks like it will get to $12 to $14 trillion by the end of 2025. So that puts, and there's a number of other ways I've proven this out in this whole thing. And I'll send you the whole piece myself, because I've not really gone public with all of the whole thing of how it works. But in the end, that puts asset prices massively higher than here, hugely higher. So we're looking at more than a doubling of the NASDAQ from here. We're looking at another gigantic crypto run. That's into 2025. So we're seeing huge moves that just come from the debasement.
Hold on one second. I'm writing down a thumbnail here. That is a gigantic crypto run 2025. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Raoul Pal is predicting a giant crypto run in 2025 by 2025. Thanks for listening.